Figure 18-76. Now we're going to do the calculation. Notice in the note the 600% times the full load amps of the fire pump was in the 1996 NEC and previous editions of NFPA 20. So in this illustration, just for the sake of giving you an example, we use the 600%, but you always want to size the overcurrent device that allow the fire pump to operate to failure. But notice a quick calc 1 for this example is the lock rotor current in amps table 430.251b would list the starting current of these motors and lock rotor current of these motors based upon the design of the fire pump, would it be B, C, D, whatever it may be. Now, sizing a transformer if it's installed, we would, and I'm talking about a separately derived system somewhere, the 77 amps times 125% is 96.25. The kVA now, amps times voltage times the square root of 3, because it's three-phase, divided by 1,000. Then we would have 96.25 times 480, the voltage, times 1.732 divided by 1,000, and your kVA rated transformer would have to be at least 80 kVA. Now, to size this overcurrent device now, step 1, 430.6A1. If we looked at 430.7A9, and if we looked at 430.6A1, we would refer to table 230.250 for the full load current of the motor, which is 77 amp. Now, sizing the overcurrent device, 695.5B and 695.5C2 and 695.4B2A, we pick up a 600% when we review. And 600% of 77 amps is 462. Now, to select the size overcurrent device, we always have to round up in this case because we want the overcurrent device to hold till fire pump failure. So step 3, we would look at 240.6A, and 462 amp would allow us to use a 450 amp overcurrent device there, so it requires. Now, the overcurrent protection device is selected at 450 amps. And note, other equipment and accessory loads should be calculated and added as accordingly as they would be present. But notice this table, 430.251b, that would list the starting current of the motor, lock rotor conditions based upon the design letter in most cases. In this example, how the motor's manufactured, so to speak. And then you'd need an overcurrent device at 3 times its rating to hold 435, say. So 3 times 450 is, large enough. That fire pump will operate to failure, but you only have to have the device size so that it will operate to failure by the present codes, NEC and NFPA 20. And this illustration that we're looking at is sizing the overcurrent protection device in accordance with 695.5B, 695.5C2, and 230.90A exception 4 will go along with this installation under certain conditions of use.